people out here in Singapore, and again, thank you so much for joining me on the NightOwl podcast. For those of you who are brand new, I appreciate you joining us. This is my special place that I've kind of cleared for me to be able to work through some of my own thoughts and processes, things that I've picked up around the way in conversation, during, scrolling through posts, engaging with the people that I've come to know and love so dearly, clients of mine, TV shows. I kind of pick up inspiration from everywhere, but this is where I get to talk about the things that have kind of occurred to me and the things that I'm working through at the moment. So if you were able to listen to the last episode, you would have noticed that I have taken quite the break from posting any of my podcasts at all, and it's mostly because I had to kind of reintegrate. I had to kind of look inside and see what I was actually up to, what I was doing, if it was making a difference or not. And then of course I was handling some stuff at home. So my decision to actually finish out season 5 and then continue on with season 6 came from the position that even though 2021 was not that great a year business-wise, I was still absorbing a lot. I was still experiencing a lot. I was going through a lot of my own karma, which for those of you who already know, I define karma as the opportunity to choose differently when I'm presented with the same or similar situation that I've been through before. A lot of times you learn lessons, tough lessons, by dealing with people, and sometimes when you've come out of that situation, you figure, okay, yeah, I've healed from this. I'm no longer in that situation anymore. But it's not until you're in a similar situation that you have the chance to either do what you did before or be brave and do something completely different and prove your nervous system wrong, that you're not going to die if you try something new, but that actually you could create a different outcome from where you have been before. So, usually I go through, a process of documenting every step of the way, what I've been doing, what I have been experiencing. But because it was a lot more dark than light in 2021 for me personally, I decided it was not the greatest place to be creating from, because I did not want to come out as bitter. I did not want to come out as angry. Although I did experience those things, it's not that I won't go back and tell you, exactly what I was angry about and what all went through my head, but it's just that I didn't want to skew my message any which way, because I felt like I needed to be in an objective position to be able to effectively communicate what exactly it was that I went through. So I know that you, if you've been following me for a while, understand where I'm coming from when I say you can't think and feel at the same time. When I'm in a heightened state of emotion, I don't want to be logical. I just want to be angry. I want to, throw things and smash stuff just like everybody else. It's just that my rebound rate now is a little bit faster. But for some reason, 2021, it felt like I was falling into anger a lot more often than I ever have before. So I decided to not record anything. I kind of disappeared a lot from social media, and it was something I needed to do personally because I was trying to settle and create stability in the one place that mattered the most, home, because 2021 was the year where everybody was home, everybody was working from home, we were in and out, we were allowed to go out, we weren't allowed to go out depending on, what COVID had in store for us, and it definitely took its toll on me. So as much as I absorb from other people, as much as I take in and try to manage for other people and hold space for other people, I also need to clear that energy and transmute it and be able to be in a position where I can actually turn it into something that would be of use to all of you as well. So the decision that I had to make now in January, looking back over 2021, was the fact that I only created 65 episodes. And while that is still a lot of episodes, most people only create once a week or twice a week, or, maybe even less than that, once a month, when they do podcasts. I've grown accustomed to posting once a day. I've grown accustomed to sharing with you a little bit every day because it's that important to me. But when I took this humongous break, it was that much harder to kind of come back to it. I'd lost all the momentum. I had lost that schedule that I had kind of created. I do this at this particular time every day. And so it became natural to me to be in a mood where I wanted to create because I had settled that for myself. And so when I disappeared from social media for a while, and though I posted in my stories, it wasn't the same as creating content. I was sharing other people's content and old content of mine. It gave me a chance to kind of reflect on what I've done so far. How much have I accomplished? Have I actually said anything of value? And so I was able to go back and kind of take inventory of everything that I've ever created. And it's from that position that I really had that on the fence moment where I had to decide, well, am I going to create brand new in season 6? Or am I going to help you catch up with what exactly I experienced in season 5? Because I think you have the right to know. Would I think you would actually benefit from hearing all of my struggles, because even though I am a coach, even though I am learned in a way, I haven't learned everything there is to know, but I have studied psychology. I have gone through, gotten my master's, my bachelor's. I've gone through several training programs for coaching. Even though I've gotten those certificates, there is a level of practical application that I still have to go through on a daily basis to prove that I actually learned and absorbed all that I had learned, and am able to put it into practice on a daily basis. It's not enough to learn the theories, you got to put them into practice. And I am a big proponent of that idea. So I went back and forth. I talked to some trusted colleagues. I definitely had conversations with my brother, because he's the only person that really, really matters to me, especially as far as the fact that he knows who I am, where I've come from. He's shared most of my story with me already. And so I spoke to these people to kind of gauge what they thought would be best. A lot of people said, no, just cut bait and run and just start with season 6, because, you have a lot to catch up on otherwise, and it's going to be a ton of information, and don't set yourself for a fall. Don't just set yourself up for a fall if you have so much to, backtrack and backlog of work that you need to put in. But I'm one of those people that loves a challenge, and part of me was also worried about the fact that while I didn't have much of an income last year, I definitely depended on my brother. We'll get into that in another episode. But the fact that he actually was able to pay for the subscription that allows me to use Libsyn as an aggregator and create the podcast in the first place, I kind of felt like I needed to do it justice. He paid for every month, and whether I got on and created or not, I do not like wasting money. I do not like taking people for granted, and it really hurts my heart sometimes to know that I actually went through that, and I actually put him through that. And as much as he would never hold it against me, I feel like I owe it to him, and I owe it to my audience who have been following so far, to kind of give you a little bit of the inside scoop on what went on, how I managed, and then what I'm doing now with the information that I have. Because the person I was when I turned 40 last year is not the person I am today, with only 2 months to go before I turned 41. So let me get back to, getting in the groove of recording. I want you to know exactly what I've been going through. I want you to see the different things that I've encountered and see how it's changed who I am. A lot of, the core belief systems are still there. I still believe 100% in the 6 human needs that Tony Robbins teaches. I still believe in the 5 love languages by Gary Chapman. I still believe in being trauma informed, the way Mastin Kipp has, taught us so much about. And then, of course, there's so much to the strategic intervention classes that I've taken with Magali Paisha and Chloe Madanes and Tony Robbins, as I took their courses to become certified through Tony Robbins. And then, of course, my own shadow work that I've been working on through the Claim Your Power process. Oh my gosh, that was so difficult. I can't wait to let you in on that. The Claim Your Power process by Mastin Kipp, and then, of course, shadow work by Debbie Ford. So there's a lot been going on, a lot that I've been working on. And as I slowly take you through the rest of 2021, I hope that you will be patient enough to listen and be bold enough to ask questions, because I do thrive on the questions that you do ask. And then I can't wait to get into season 6 eventually. So bear with me. The decision has been to go back to 2021, dig out all of the points. This is the other thing. So while I didn't record, I definitely still kept notes. I still saved posts, and I still, made notes of things that I really wanted to talk about, because I thought they were very, very necessary. And that's actually going to be a precursor to the book that's coming out this year. So now that I've said that, I kind of am trying to hold myself accountable to the goal that I've set. And this is why I feel like it's really important for you to kind of take a walk back through memory lane for 2021 with me and see what exactly I've been going through. See what exactly that I've been focused on to keep myself balanced, to keep myself steady in a time of chaos, because I don't know that I've been through as much chaos as I have in 2021 in recent years. I think I've been pretty blessed. I've been able to take things one at a time, but definitely 2021 was one of those years where everything kind of hit me at once. And yeah, it's been like, a struggle to keep my head above water ever since. So letting you in has definitely been the biggest decision of my life. But I think it will definitely benefit a lot of people because even us coaches, though we've conquered some things in our lifetime, those challenges still keep coming up and it still forces us to face some things that we thought we put away, which we may not have put away effectively enough. And so here I am about to spill my guts and I'm hoping that it reaches at least one of you out there that needed to hear that, even I go through this and it's not bad. It is a big deal, but it's not bad enough where I want to quit. I found my way out, which means I could definitely help you find your way out if that's something you want. So, with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for listening, and I will be back with the next episode shortly.